Our 10-day trip to Yangshuo, a small tourist town in China, is coming to an end. So how much does it actually cost an ordinary Chinese family to travel in China with a child? Hi, I'm Lan, a 42-year-old Chinese mom. My husband and I are taking a walk around the second hotel we stayed at. Now let me show you what the Artists a Night hotel looks like in China. The main reason we chose this as our second hotel was that it was pet-friendly. Most hotels in China still don't allow pets. We stayed in a standard room with 2 beds. The decor was simple and cozy, and the room was about 380 square feet. As you can see, the bathroom is also clean and tidy. All the toiletries are complimentary, and there's a separate shower. What does a hotel that costs $24 a night look like in your country? During our 10-day summer trip, we spent very little on hotels, only $166 in total. Our biggest expense was activities, at $526, including rock climbing, caving, paragliding, and via ferrata. We're taking the elevator downstairs to find something to eat. This is the hotel entrance and lobby area. Guests can use these bicycles for free. Sometimes our 2 families ordered food delivery and ate together here. The air conditioning runs 24 hours a day, so it's always nice and cool. They've also provided portable chargers that you can rent by scanning a QR code. I remember when my son was just over 2. About 10 years ago, hotels made up at least half of our travel budget. Back then, we liked staying in stylish, well-designed guest houses. But as he has grown older, the share of our travel budget spent on hotels has gradually become smaller. Look, guests can also use this mahjong room for free. The hotel offers some traditional Chinese crafts as well, include making rubbings and painting fans. It's 4 in the afternoon, and some children are already swimming in the outdoor pool. Even though the room rate is low, this hotel has everything our family of 3 needs. That's why these days, we prefer hotels that offer good value for money. My son wants pizza from the small cafe at Longtoushan Pier, so we're heading there now. The last time we went, it was 9 at night and pouring rain. This time, we are going back before dark to take another look around. In China, many tourist towns aren't resorts, separated from local life. Tourists come for the scenery, but for local, these same streets are where they commute, shop for groceries, and take their children to and from school every day. We chose to drive on this trip not only because we brought fuqi, but also because it gives us much more freedom. We can change our plans anytime and don't have to keep moving our luggage between different forms of transportation. With navigation, we can simply drive wherever we want. Once we enter a tourist town like this, with narrow streets, we can easily switch to a scooter. Renting one costs only about $1.50 to $3 a day. And it's a great way to explore the town. More and more Chinese families are taking road trips now. In Tibet and Xinjiang, we often meet travelers who drive around for 1 or 2 months. Today, this seems quite normal, but 10 years ago, we would have found it unbelievable. Back then, a journey like that seemed to require a lot of courage. During this trip, we drove about 800 miles. Our total transportation cost was $107. Round-trip highway tolls were about $80, and the rest was for charging the car. High-speed rail would have cost around $33 per person each way. So round-trip tickets for the 3 of us would have been almost twice as expensive. For us, driving had an advantage in both cost and convenience. After we parked, my husband and son were already hungry, so they went ahead to order some food. I still wanted to see Zhejiang Tower in daylight, so I walked back there on my own. In daylight, the Li River is lined with lush green karst peaks. The water flows gently between the mountains, while bamboo rafts and waterbirds rest quietly near the riverbank. I couldn't stay long, but I was glad I decided to walk back. With my husband and son elsewhere, I could walk along the river alone and quietly take in the scenery I had missed before. Just ahead is Zhejiang Tower, an old hexagonal pavilion built in a traditional Chinese style. From here, you can enjoy a panoramic view of the Li River and the surrounding mountains, which is why it's also a popular photo spot in Yangshuo. I like tourist towns like this that still preserve their traditional Chinese character. There are no giant commercial billboards or endless crowds flowing through busy intersections like in big cities. Everyone seems relaxed and unhurried, and even time feels as if it moves more slowly. In recent years, a style known in China as Special Forces tourism has become popular among young people, rushing through as many attractions as possible in a single day. I prefer to stay in one place, explore slowly, and take my time. I don't want travel to make me feel rushed or anxious. I want it to be a chance to truly relax. I hurried back to Longtoushan Pier because my husband and son were waiting for me at the cafe for pizza. How long is this covered street? Honestly, I don't know, because I still haven't made it all the way to the end. I'm curious to know how far it goes. Does it seem strange to see Western restaurants and coffee shops among this traditional Chinese landscape and old riverside pier? This tourist town welcomes rock climbers from all over the world every year because it has some of the best rock climbing terrain in China. Why did we choose pizza instead of the town's local beer-braised fish? Because my son wanted it. Adults often look for local specialties when traveling and feel they should eat local food wherever they go. But children don't always feel the same way. After several days of trying unfamiliar flavors, a familiar pizza can make him much more excited. The durian pizza was actually really good. We spent just over $385 on food during the entire trip. Prices in this small town are quite affordable, but that amount definitely wouldn't have been enough if we had traveled to one of China's largest cities. The food here was good, and I'd recommend this place. Just be aware that The fried tofu skin is very spicy. The view from the balcony makes you want to stay a little longer, and that's another reason I recommend this place. That evening, as I took my son to the hotel pool, it suddenly struck me that he was already 12. As our children grow, we always want to plan meaningful experiences for them. But sometimes their happiness is very simple. Even something as ordinary as a swimming pool might be the part of the day he looked forward to most. So, after spending more than $1,180 on this trip, what did we really gain? Perhaps what truly matters isn't how much scenery we saw or how many experiences we packed in, but the time that truly belonged to the three of us as our son continues to grow. The precious memories of setting off together, sharing meals, facing heavy rain, and changing our plans along the way. When you travel with your family, what matters most to you? Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.